Life often has many instances of adversity, challenge, difficulties. We call this the veneer of life. In Kabbalistic terms, we note that many a beautiful fruit or nut has an exterior shell or peel, and the shell and the peel are unsightly and obviously not tasty at all. However, when we remove the peel or crack the shell, then the inner fruit is often much more beautiful and certainly much more tasty. In other words, we have to go through the adversities of life in order to be able to experience the inner sweetness that ultimately we can recognize with the right attitudinal response of seeing things positively, which comes through a belief system. And this is what the Alter Rebbe notes in Parashas REEH this week. He notes that there is a notion of klipa, shell, around the circumstances of the world, and that even when negative things happen, they're not innately negative, but quite the contrary. Within them lies a much more and higher truth. So what we're saying here is that when we appreciate the higher truth that is within, then the sweetness of life becomes apparent. But there's a lot of work to be done in order to get to that point. And ultimately, we have to go through it. And there is the famous metaphor which is taught from Sefer HaYetzirah, that the stone at the top of the wall falls furthest from the wall, which means that that which is highest is able to fall and descend and even become the lowest, because the kinetic energy of the stone at the top allows it to fall and roll away from the wall even further. So ultimately, in this adversity that we face, the seeming negativity, that is the highest coming down to the lowest, and therefore within there lies tremendous energy from the highest. So never allow yourself to become depressed or upset by momentary adversity. Quite the contrary. When we do have to undergo that momentary adversity, know that within that very moment lies already the kernel of the highest potential that you're able to extract from those moments of life. But that requires belief, and the kind of belief which is not just strong by knowing that there is Hashem, but actually living it. Or, as the Alter Rebbe emphasizes in this Maimer, to actually see it with one's eyes. Of course, we can't see divinity and godliness with our eyes, but it's as if we see it. That's how profoundly imminent and immanent is the whole process of our relationship to God. So let's see if we can internalize some of that with a meditation. Gently close your eyes and just bring to mind a circumstance in your life that had been really challenging, seemingly a real bump in the road. How did that end up? At the end, how did you further characterize that seeming adversity? Did it strengthen you? Did it provide you with another vantage point? Did it enlarge you? Did it provide you with an experience that held you in good stead in a later circumstance that you had to endure? Just take to heart that when things don't go your way, there is a reason, and that reason comes from higher and deeper growth of the potential of your soul in body. Hashem is present in the adversity. Hashem is present in the pain. And yet, result is a much more positive, strengthened posture of emunah that a person can derive, that you can derive, from adopting a strong belief system where you actually see godliness, not just know about it. Gently open your eyes, coming all the way back and living the week with profound emunah.